Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at conflict, specifically a structured way to handle it using something called the DESC model.
That's right. We're drawing from some conflict resolution workshop materials.
And our goal here is really to see how this model, DESC, can be a sort of shortcut to, well, more constructive conversations when disagreements pop up, situations you run into all the time.
Exactly. It's less about winning an argument and more about clear, assertive communication. DESC stands for describe, express, specify, and consequences. It's a framework.
Okay, let's start with describe. The workshop material really hammered home the need for objective language here.
Absolutely. Stick to the facts, what you can actually see or observe. No judgments, no emotional loading, at least not yet.
So the example they gave was about a group project, right?
Yeah. Instead of like, you're not pulling your weight, which is accusatory.
Right. Instant defense mode for most people.
The suggestion was more like, okay, looking at our project tool over the last 2 weeks, it shows that 70% of the tasks were done by 2 people and 30% by the other 2.
See, that's just data. It's neutral. You're describing what is based on something concrete.
Precisely. It sets a factual baseline without immediate blame.
Yeah.
Much harder to argue with observable facts.
Makes sense. So after you've described the situation objectively, what's next?
E. E is for express. This is where you bring in the feelings, but carefully.
How so?
Using I statements. It's about sharing your perspective, how the situation impacts you. Again, not blaming.
Okay, so in that project example.
It would be something like, I feel frustrated and honestly a bit concerned because I worry this imbalance might affect our project's quality.
So you're owning, you're feeling the frustration, the concern.
Yes, and linking it to the potential impact. I'm worried we might miss the deadline or not do our best work. See, it's about your feelings and the shared goal.
That's a really key difference. Facts first, then your personal feelings tied to the facts. So DE, what's S?
S is specify. This is the action part. What do you actually want to happen?
Okay, so you don't just describe and express and leave it hanging.
No, definitely not. You need to be clear and concrete. Suggest specific, actionable steps or changes. Offer constructive alternatives if you can.
So back to the project team. What did the workshop suggest specifying?
Things like maybe we should redistribute some tasks based on who's good at what, or maybe implement quick daily check-ins like 15-minute stand-ups.
Practical stuff.
Right. Or using the project tool more deliberately to track progress, creating a clear shared document listing who's doing what, actionable things.
I like that. It shifts the focus from just the problem to, okay, how do we actually fix this? It feels proactive.
It is. It moves the conversation towards solutions. And that leads naturally into the final letter.
C for consequences.
Exactly. Consequences. And this covers both sides of the coin.
Meaning positive and negative.
Yes. You outline the potential positive outcomes if the specified changes are made and, well, the potential negative ones if things stay the same.
So it provides the why, the motivation.
Precisely. For the project example, positives could be better quality work, fairer workload, improved teamwork, maybe a higher grade.
And the negatives.
Missing the deadline, lower grade, lingering team tension, maybe setting up bad collaborative habits for the future. It clarifies what's at stake.
So the whole model is describe objectively, express your feelings with I statements, specify clear actions, and outline the consequences. DESC.
That's the framework.
It seems really useful for that classroom setting. But how does this translate for you, the listener, outside of a school project?
Well, think about it. Disagreements at work, with your partner, family, neighbors.
Anywhere, really.
Anywhere. You can apply this structure. Describe what you're observing factually. Express how it's affecting you. Specify what change you'd like to see. Explain the likely outcomes, good or bad.
It feels like a tool to bring clarity, maybe stop things from escalating just based on pure emotion.
Absolutely. It helps you organize your thoughts and communicate them assertively, not aggressively or passively. It moves you from just reacting emotionally
to actually communicating proactively about the issue and what you need. A structure can be really grounding when feelings are running high.
And it makes you wonder, doesn't it, how many conflicts just simmer or explode because nobody clearly stated the facts, their feelings, what they needed, and why it mattered.
Yeah, that's a powerful point. The DESC model gives you that clarity, that directness.
So just to recap, DESC, describe, express, specify, consequences. It's a structured approach for more effective, assertive communication during conflict.
And by following these steps, focusing on facts, your feelings, clear requests, and the potential outcomes, you really boost the odds of finding a constructive way forward.
It guides the conversation towards resolution.
So here's something to think about. Reflect on a recent conflict or disagreement you had. How might using DESC have changed things? Maybe the conversation itself, or perhaps the outcome. What part of this structure, describe, express, specify, or consequences, resonates most with you right now?
Definitely some food for thought there.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.